to the ampmpodcast.com presentation of the Scribbles keyword tool. Let me tell you a little bit about what the Scribbles keyword tool does. If you're like me, you've probably spent tons of time when you're trying to optimize your keyword listings by getting all these special keywords that you've researched into your titles, into your keyword phrases, and into your bullet points, right? And the way I did it is I would always take these keywords and I'd paste them like into a big list, like Notepad or an Excel sheet. And then I would go and I'd start writing my title. And as I wrote specific terms or keyword phrases into the title, I'd remove them from this main list. And then the same thing when I went down and I did the bullet points and then the keywords. And my goal was that by the time I was done with everything, they should all be gone, right? All the keywords. But the problem for me is that I'm always adjusting and changing things while I'm doing it. I never stay with the first draft. So then I go in and I remove some stuff from the title, right? Let's say I have it's called a dog collar for big dogs, right? And then I'm like, you know what? I don't like that. I want to change it to LED dog collar. And now big dogs isn't in there, let's just say, but big dogs is something that I want. So then I go back and add that term, big and dogs, those keywords to the master file or the master list. And then I would go back and have to enter them somewhere else in the bullet points or in the keyword fields. And it just became a mess. It's a big time waster. So I had my programmers come in and actually create a tool for me. And it's awesome. It saves so much time. It makes sure that I use every single keyword, that my listing is fully optimized, ready to make a lot of money. Let me show you how this works first of all, then hopefully you'll understand the value here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy. I've got another window here. I'm going to copy a list. Let's just say that we're doing dog collars, right? So I pasted it in here. Doesn't matter how you can use commas or spaces. I just pasted it in a big list, right, like this. Right, so it says LED dog collar light, LED dog collar rechargeable. I actually just scraped this from the autocomplete that Amazon, the auto suggestions that it gives you when you type in LED dog collar. So it just scraped a bunch of stuff just for this example. So as soon as I come down here into the title field, and actually before I do that, let me just kind of show you what we have. We have the title field here. And then if we scroll down, we got a bullet point 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got your 5 bullet points. And then you got your keyword fields, okay? There's 5 of those. And then if I scroll down, the screen's a little small, so let me scroll down. You've got your results page, and this is where everything, the final result's going to be, and you're going to copy and paste it. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's go back up to the top. So I've got all these words in here. As soon as I click in here and I hit, like, let's say the space bar, it will format it. It puts everything in one big row minus or separated by space. Okay, so what's going to happen now as I'm typing in my title, any keyword that I use that's up here in the master keyword, these are the master keywords by the way, anything that I type is going to be removed. So we can see that LED dog collar, like LED, right? If I type in LED here, it doesn't matter if it's capped or anything, but as soon as I hit space, boom, all the LEDs that were in here, they're all gone, right? There's not a single one in here. Now, let's continue this and put dog collar. Okay. Now look at this list. It's already shrunk down considerably. LED dog collar. There's not any of them in here. So let's just say that I want to say rechargeable because that's a word in there, right? Is it a word in there? Let me just make sure. I thought I saw it. Yeah, rechargeable right there. So rechargeable and waterproof. So that's in there. Okay. And remember, as soon as you hit the space bar and you create a space, that's when the tool knows that that's a solid word and it removes it from here. Now I can go through and maybe, this is a really short title. Amazon says not to exceed 100 characters. So it tells you down here that we've used 45 out of 100 characters, right? So if you look right here, you'll see that as I'm typing, it goes up. So it'll eventually stop me at 100. So that way you don't go over. So we'll say rechargeable and waterproof. Perfect for big dogs. Now this is not how I would normally write a title, but I just want to kind of give you an example here. Attaches to leash. Now leash is a keyword up there, and it's gone too. Okay, so we got 88. Now if I keep typing, just to show you, see, I'm trying to hit it, it won't go any further. So it keeps you from going over the limit that Amazon typically likes. Now I know in some categories you can go well over 100 characters, but Amazon has been cracking down on this a bit. And from what we've seen, you tend not to rank as well when you have a really long spammy title. All right, so we're going to leave it at 87 characters, and we're going to go to bullet point 1. Let me scroll this up. Okay, we still got a bunch of stuff in here. So let's say bullet point 1, they got the word neck, so we'll go neck collars for dogs, for all size dogs. Okay, and then I can go down to bullet number 2. Oh, actually we'll stay up here and we'll just put something like this: small, medium, and large. All right, look how small this list is getting now. We're down to some colors, flashing. So so we'll do flashing LED is bright. Oh, emits. It's bright light. Now watch this. Boom, it's all gone. Okay. Emits bright light. And then bullet number 3, we're going to put charges via USB. Okay. And I'm actually going to run out of keywords because there wasn't that many here. But you would continue this with all the bullet points, and then you also have your keyword fields, same thing. So in the keyword fields, it makes it very easy. Like literally, I can copy. I'm not going to copy the whole thing. Actually, I am. If I copy the whole thing, and I come down to the keywords and I paste it in there, and I hit space, boom, I'm done. I've got all my keywords. I didn't even have to do the other keyword fields. Now, obviously, you would never do this. You would make sure that all your keyword fields, you're using all 50 characters that it allows. You're going to be using all the bullet points. You're going to make sure that this thing is super optimized. Now, if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that it has a title that I have, right? It shows it here, so I can just copy and paste that in there. It's got my bullet points, and then it's got the keywords, all right? And then it shows the original keyword list that I've used as well. So it's really, really cool. So let's go back up. Now, here's where it's cool. Now, let's say I go, man, I don't really like the title, right? Let's go back to the beginning. I go, I don't like perfect for big dogs. Let's say, attaches to leash. Let's say we get rid of attaches to leash. Delete that, okay? As soon as I hit the space bar, look, the word leash is listed up at the top. If I bring it down here and I type it into one of the keyword fields, it's gone, right? If I delete part of this, let's say I didn't want to set attachment color. Well, actually, let's get rid of all of these. Okay, hit space. It brings it back up here. Let's say that I wanted to put it into bullet point 2, or no, sorry, bullet point 4, and I said includes. Collars come in white, green, and pink. Okay, so now we've got just a few little words left. Now, I can copy these things into any keyword field, and as soon as I hit, actually, let's remove red. If I hit space now, the only thing that's left is red. So I hope this makes sense, right? It allows you to go back and forth, delete things, add things, and it's always going to keep track of what words are left. Now you're going to start off with a massive list, hopefully, right? You're going to have a list of hundreds of words, so it's not going to be as easy as I just did, because I just did a really quick scrape. But you're just going to go through, spend 30 minutes going through and tweaking every little detail, maximizing it. Again, as I mentioned, it always shows your total characters of what Amazon allows or wants you to use, and as you type, you can see this number here going up, right? So everything is perfectly optimized. So there you go, guys. As you can see, Scribbles is pretty awesome. It's not only going to save you a lot of time when you're creating your listings, it's also going to make sure you haven't missed a single keyword. It's going to ensure that your listings are super optimized. It's going to make sure that people are finding your product online on Amazon, and when they're finding your product, they're buying your product, right? That's what we want. So let me just say, everybody that knows me knows I'm a big believer of automation. Right? I love tools. I love tools. And that's why I ended up spending my own money getting my developer to build Scribbles. Right? I wanted them to build this tool for me because I was just pulling my hair out on how long it was taking to do things, especially when I was doing a lot of SKUs or a lot of variations at the same time. So I got it finished. And at first I was going to keep this for internal use for myself. but I actually liked how it worked, and it was cool. And so I was showing it to some of my Amazon seller buddies, and they insisted that I should sell it. Okay, so seeing that, how I still use Scribbles, and how other sellers wanted to get a copy of it, I finally decided I wasn't going to keep it to myself. I cleaned it up, and here it is. So the question is, how much, right? How much am I selling it for? Well, all you have to do is fill out the form below to become an AM/PM podcast insider, and you'll get access to Scribbles at no cost at all. Free, gratis. Not kidding about that. So just fill it out, and it's yours. You can use it right away within minutes here. And not only do you get access to Scribbles and some other cool tools that are coming, you're going to also get access to the Facebook group we set up, where you can network with other AM/PM podcast insiders to discuss tactics. You can ask questions and basically just grow your business as quickly as possible, right? That's what we want. So you'll also be getting access to tips, podcast notifications, any cool stuff, anything that I think is pretty awesome, I'll send right to your inbox, and I'll keep it pretty minimal. Okay, the last thing I want is a ton of emails, right? So don't worry about that. So anyways, fill out the form below, enjoy Scribbles, and I'll see you in the Facebook group real soon. And for sure, definitely, I'll see you in the next episode